Hey guys, it's Jeff Putnam here from Jeff Putnam's Fly Fishing Schools, and I am back from my break. I had to take a little break for a few months for a medical procedure I went through, but things are great, and I'm going to be around for a while longer. And I really thank you guys for reaching out to me. Those wonderful comments and messages you said helped me get through what I went through. So thank you so much. And I want to talk to you today about how to choose a steelhead fly when you are swinging flies for steelhead. So I get a lot of comments of, hey, what bugs work in this month, that month, in the wintertime, during the low light conditions, high water. So we're going to break that down, make it real simple, and hopefully help you choose what steelhead fly to tie on the next time you swing for my favorite fish in the world. So besides that, I'm teaching on the Rogue River, and I'm also teaching in Redding on the Lower Sacramento. You can shoot me an email. I'll put you in my database and keep you informed of when I'm traveling around for different lessons. And if you can't take a lesson from me here, I work with people through video analysis. So all you'd have to do, check it out on my website, and you're going to send me a video of you, 2-minute video, 1 minute head on, 1 minute from a side angle, and I will respond with a video based upon your video that you send me, and we'll get through any issues you have, or we'll add new skills. So check out the video analysis page. It's been very, very popular for business. So what steelhead fly should I use? Well, a lot of things need to be taken into consideration to figure out what is the best fly to tie on. If I'm fishing early in the morning here for summer steelhead and the sun's not up, it's just starting to get light enough outside where I can start making my first cast and wading safely through a run, I'm probably going to go with a darker color fly. Dark flies have a really good silhouette against the early sky, that's low light conditions, or even in the evening when the sun goes down. So next time you're outside, early morning or late in the evening, hold something up above your head, look up at the sky, and you'll notice the silhouette of it. The darker it is, the better the silhouette, the better the fish can see it. So black also, or dark colored flies, also work really well in off-color water. Right? So if the water is kind of starting to get a little bit brown, maybe black shows up really well. And obviously, if the water is off color, it's generally going to be higher. I'm probably going to use a little larger fly in that situation. Or if you happen to go up to British Columbia, you might fish the Skeena River. It's off color pretty much year round, and you throw big bugs up there during the summertime. So it really boils down to the conditions you're fishing in. If you're going to come up here and fish on the Rogue with me, the Deschutes River would also be included in that as well, the North Umpqua. We're going to throw some sparse flies because our water is generally not that high, it's not that off color, and it's fun to throw these kind of traditional hairwing style flies with a Scandi line. It's light, it's easy to cast, it's refined, it's not clunky and heavy, which Skagit heads tend to be a little bit more clunky and heavy, but the Skagit heads are needed for these big flies to deliver them to your target. I'm also taking into consideration things like our salmon spawning. Because if salmon are starting to spawn, steelhead, summer steelhead in the fall, they start to kind of change their habit a little bit. Winter steelhead as well too. But our summer fish come in, it's hot. These fish are moving, they want to grab, and all of a sudden the salmon come in. Water temperatures drop generally when the salmon start to get on their reds. And the steelhead might not be so inclined to want to chase a fly close to the surface. So I might fish something a little bit deeper, maybe some orange or pink in it because of the salmon eggs in the water. I might use a sinking tip to slow down the speed because when steelhead are eating salmon eggs, they really don't have to chase much. So I kind of want to match their behavior with the swing of my fly, and again, making sure it is the right fly to choose. We don't need to think big fly, big fish. Big fish eat some very small flies. And that was evident on a trip I took to the Dean River, early 2000s. And I went into a fly shop in Vancouver. I looked down at their counter and saw photos of some of these big steelhead. I saw one photo of a steelhead that was 42 inches long. And the gentleman behind the counter said, yeah, that was just caught about a week or so ago on the Dean River. And I was headed right there. Well, he pulls the fly out that the gentleman caught it on, and it was literally a size 8, very small traditional hairwing fly. And looking down at that picture, you never would have thought that big fish would eat such a small fly generally, but they do. Big fish eat small because there's lots of small things to eat. So don't think about the fly size relative to the size of the fish. Think about it based upon conditions. Conditions are everything. Low and clear, you go a little bit smaller, a little bit sparser. Higher flows, a little more off color. We might be throwing the big stuff. So it's good to have a selection of big flies in dark and light colors, and then more sparse flies also in darker and lighter colors too. So don't worry too much about your fly. Just make sure that the profile kind of matches the conditions you're fishing in. Most important, don't have to switch flies throughout the day that much. Typically, I might not tie on maybe more than 3 or 4 flies all day long. I really focus on where I'm fishing them in the water column based upon light conditions. And we'll get into that in another video. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, don't fall for big fly, big fish. It's not true. It's all based upon conditions for the most part. Exceptions to everything, but that's what makes this fun. The flies are for us, not for the fish. So hope that helps out you guys. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the water soon.